Hey y'all, so this video is in response to Leslie Ann's video about the Gen Z mindset and how they just are not really feeling like they are not loyal to these jobs. And I want to say I 100% agree. And I agree, and not even from the perspective of just not being loyal to a job, but just to have balance. Because the Gen Zs, they, unlike us Generation X, they are all about what's right for them. And for our generation, the Gen Zs, but the Generation X, we have been working ourselves to the bone. We were raised by baby boomers who are used to being in a job 30 plus years and then retire with a pension, and then they just live out their senior years happy. But the jobs that we have, they're just not structured that way. But we still were raised to believe that we had to be better than everybody else. You had to show up and work twice as hard. You had to be there before everybody gets there, and be there after everybody leaves, be the first to get there and the last to leave. And we have built our careers, our professional reputations, and all of that around that mindset. And it literally has burned the candle from both ends for a lot of us. And in return, we get the disloyalty from our jobs as far as like plotting on firing us. And that's a story for another day. Like, I've experienced multiple layoffs, and I'll have to tell the story about that because they came after, at least one of them came after years. I mean, over a decade of dedication, of missing family functions, of missing retirement, funerals from families. And after all of that, after you give up all that blood, sweat, tears, and emotional, just dedication to the job, and then just to show up after you worked 8 hours on the job, and then they tell you, okay, you get an hour to clean off your to clean your space out and to get all the files that you want off of your computer, and thank you, and we'll give you a month of severance in exchange for your decades of service. So what was that? So no, I am, and don't get me wrong, I love the job that I have. And when I show up every day, I give is 100%. And I'm not even discussing the job that I'm in because I love you guys. If you see me, I love you. But I want more balance in my life. Of course, my channel is about retiring early and my journey to figuring out what I need for my finances to retire early. And hopefully that's not a threatening conversation for anyone from my job that happens to see this video. But it's for all of us to know that life is not promised. That tomorrow's not promised. I just heard information about somebody that passed away today. He was 55. I mean, work. Do your best, show up to your job, like Leslie Ann says, show up to your job and give 100%, but just know that you're there for a means. You're there to provide a service in exchange for your skills, your education, your expertise, and all of that. And in exchange, you receive payment, and let that be that. While we were all created to do more than work and pay bills, and we'll talk about the bill payment structure and how bills are what? Like, who created bills? I mean, I could go on and on. I could go on and on about how we're just caught in this big hamster wheel and this trap, and it's a system. And I can't speak for other countries, but I just know this American capitalistic system is set up to train young people to figure out a career, to go to work for the man, for the machine, and then and work your entire adult life, like your entire healthy life, until you're 70. Now they want to raise it to 72? Until you're 70, to then enjoy the rest of what life? You've literally worked your entire existence to pay bills and just exist. And there's got to be a better way. So Leslie Ann, you're right. We need to start taking our PTO. Don't log that stuff. Get the proper insurance so that if you need all this extended time off, if you need all this sick time off, that you have the appropriate insurance that will support you in your time off. But take your sick leave, take your annual leave, take your volunteer leave, give back to the community. Don't leave any of that stuff on the table. It's there. It's a benefit to you. If you work a 9 to 5, it's a benefit to you. Take advantage of the benefit. Don't leave it on the table. Don't run yourself down for a job description. I mean, we're all valuable people, and your employer, if you put a video up here about the same subject, your employer shouldn't be threatened about you getting up here and saying that your life is important. Your family's lives are important. Being there makes you a whole person. Being there for yourself, for your family, for your community, and makes you a whole person. And who wants to work in a workplace with people that aren't whole and all they have to do is talk about is their job? And they go home and they eat and go to bed and wake up, and that's all is their existence. That's not living. That's not a whole person. And what kind of job are they really doing at work when you're dealing with somebody who doesn't have like anything else to talk about but work? I mean, so come on. Let's get back to us really taking that Gen Z mindset. Like, I'm not saying walk off the job and act entitled and show up and not speak to people and not know how to form proper sentences and not know how to structure together an email, because some of y'all are responsible for not knowing how to do that. And to even not be afraid of AI. They use AI in college. They're using it out in their jobs. And for us people, I'm in my mid to creeping up to late 40s. And while we're in the job, don't be scared of all this technology, which is there. I mean, the technology is here, so don't be afraid of it. Use it to make your job easier, because there's no trophies for running yourself down. There's no trophies for being the first person there and the last person to leave. There's no trophies for none of that stuff, okay? When you're on your deathbed, don't have any regrets. Don't look back and say, I wish I would have spent less time at work and I wish I would have spent more time with my family, and I'm guilty of that too. I'm adopting this too, but we all need to join together and realize that there is more out to this life. And I am so happy for Leslie Ann. I just got to tell you, girl, I can tell the difference between one of the early videos that you put out and the video that you put out today about just having a weight lifted off of you. And all of us are trying to get to that point where you are, girl, where you are really just doing a thing. You're seeing life from a different perspective. All of that weight is off of you, and you can really do what you were created to do. And if that's making content and gathering all of us up out here on the internet and letting us know that there's another way to live, I say hats off, congratulations, and we're joining you, girl. So I hope whoever watches this video, and right now I don't have a lot of views on my channel, but eventually I will, because I have faith that there is some other way out here to earn a living. There's some other way out here to reach people and for us to really band together and work together. And so this video might get 5 views? I don't know, but somebody out there is going to see it, and hopefully you share it, and hopefully you subscribe, and hopefully we can build a community of people that are working so that we won't have to work forever. We can help each other to figure this out. So thanks for listening, and keep it going, girl.